What do you do when you're running out of air defense missiles? Ukraine's answer is simple. Take missiles designed for fighter jets, bolt them to the ground, and turn them into a new deadly weapon. Unveiled in Paris as Russian strikes continue to pound Ukrainian cities, the Dragon is more than a missile launcher. It's a glimpse into how modern wars force armies to innovate or lose. At a defense exhibition in Paris, Ukraine put a new weapon on display. One built from parts the world already knows, assembled in a way it has not seen before. On June 15th, the Center of Innovative Technologies program showcased the Dragon at Eurosatory, one of the world's premier defense fairs, through Ukraine's state defense exporter, Spetstechno Export. The system does something straightforward in concept, but complex in execution. It takes air-to-air missiles, weapons designed to be fired from aircraft, and fires them from the ground. The Dragon can carry 3 missiles at a time, chosen from a current roster of 3. The R-60, with a range of up to 5 kilometres. The R-73, reaching between 10 and 15 kilometres. And the AIM-9M Sidewinder, effective at 8 to 10 kilometres. Work is already underway to add the AIM-9X, the most advanced variant in the Sidewinder family. What makes it practical for battlefield use is its setup time. The system can be deployed in 15 minutes, run in active mode for up to 8 hours, or sit on standby for up to 14 days. It is operated remotely, either through a cable link or via a Starlink terminal, a detail that says much about how Ukraine has wired its warfighting around commercial satellite technology. A dedicated trailer called the Baloo handles transport and reloading, carrying up to 8 missiles at a time, along with 240 litres of nitrogen, used to cool the infrared seekers that guide the missiles to their targets. The unveiling came a day after Russia struck multiple cities across Ukraine overnight, setting fire to the Dormition Cathedral at the Kyiv Lavra, one of the country's most historic religious sites.
Today I will go now to G7 meeting. First topic you see what is the priority. The priority is air defense. Then we will have meeting with Europeans and also with President Trump. We will speak with him about how to push Putin to stop this war.
According to multiple reports, Ukrainian drones hit back several industrial facilities deep inside Russia, including what social media footage suggested was the Azot chemical plant, one of Russia's largest, and a supplier to its defense industry. Russia said it downed 249 aerial objects in that attack. The Dragon then arrives at a moment when the war it was built for is being fought on multiple fronts, in the skies over Kyiv, in the waters of the English Channel, and now on the exhibition floors of Paris. For nearly 1,000 years, the Kyiv-Pechursk Lavra has stood at the heart of Ukraine's spiritual and cultural identity. Now, after a devastating overnight attack on Kyiv, a fierce dispute has erupted over who is responsible for damage to one of Christianity's most revered sites. Russia has denied targeting the historic Kyiv-Pechursk Lavra during a major overnight barrage on the Ukrainian capital, instead claiming that the UNESCO-protected religious complex was struck by a malfunctioning American-made Patriot air defense missile. In a statement issued after the attack, Russia's defense ministry said the monastery complex was not hit by Russian weapons.
According to confirmed reports, the Kyiv-Pechursk Lavra complex was hit by a missile from an American Patriot anti-aircraft missile system. One of the reasons for the system's malfunction could have been that Western countries supplied the Kyiv regime with expired missiles.
Also known as the Cave Monastery, the Kyiv-Pechursk Lavra dates back to the 11th century and is regarded as one of the most sacred religious sites in Ukraine. The UNESCO-recognized complex is owned by the Ukrainian government as a national reserve and has long been open to worshippers and visitors. The Russian government's account directly contradicts statements from Ukrainian officials, who blamed Moscow for the damage caused during the overnight assault. Earlier, Russia's defense ministry acknowledged carrying out what it described as a massive attack using precision long-range weapons against Kyiv, Kharkiv, and Dnipro. Moscow said the strikes were conducted in response to what it called terrorist attacks of the Kyiv regime, and claimed that the targets included defense industry facilities, military air bases, and logistics centers. Ukrainian officials strongly condemned the attack, with President Volodymyr Zelensky describing the incident, which included 70 missiles and over 600 drones, as one of the gravest attacks on Christian culture since the start of the war. Zelensky also called for a decisive and meaningful response from G7 leaders, urging Ukraine's allies to increase pressure on Moscow and strengthen Ukraine's air defenses. The Ukrainian president said the scale of the overnight attack demonstrated Russia's determination to continue the war and argued that additional air defense systems were urgently needed.
Today I will go now to G7 meeting. First topic, you see what is the priority. The priority is air defense. Then we will have meeting with Europeans and also with President Trump. We will speak with him about how to push Putin to stop this war. Before G7 started, be honest, we gave message that we are ready to meet with Putin during G7 because Trump is there and Macron is there, Starmer and Merz. So Europeans plus America, this is a good, I think, very good opportunity to meet all together, and that's why we could be able to invite Russian side, and Europe and the United States was agree, and Russia demonstrated again that they are not ready to speak about peace. That's why we have to be ready to push and pressure Putin more and more until he will end this war.
Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha also condemned the incident, describing the strikes as deliberate attacks on humanity's shared cultural heritage.
Put his name forever on the list of the worst barbarians in history for the attack on the Kyiv-Pechersk Lavra, one of the holiest places in Christianity. He must be cursed for centuries, and he will lose this war.
As emergency crews continue assessing the damage at the Kyiv-Pechersk Lavra, the dispute over what caused the strike has become another flashpoint in the information war surrounding the conflict. While Moscow insists a malfunctioning Patriot missile was responsible, Kyiv maintains that Russia bears direct responsibility for the attack on one of Ukraine's most treasured religious and cultural landmarks.
Нормально.